So let's do the player ratings quickly. Player ratings, Arsenal against Tottenham. I'm going to give these players very high ratings, by the way, just so you know. Let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. My guy. Oh, what a goalkeeper, man. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. What a performance. That save from Son and that save, 2 saves from Kane and 1 save from Sessegnon with his foot. Fantastic. Fantastic performance. He made a total of 7 saves. He had 1 punch as well. He had 2 high claims from corners. He saved 6 times from inside the box. The 7 saves that he made, they are not just like shots from outside the box. No, 6 of them were like point blank shots, like Sessegnon, Kane, Son. Those are point blank shots right in front of goal that he saved them with his foot, with his left foot, with his right foot, with his everything. Ramsdale did everything today. 9 out of 10 as well. I absolutely love him, and his passion, you cannot match Ramsdale's passion. He's so incredible, man. Ramsdale gets a 9 for today. Fantastic performance once again. We were giving him 9s and 10s last season a lot because we were kind of depending on him a lot last season as well. This season, we're not really depending on him because we have good defenders. But today, in a game like this, you need the goalkeeper to save shots as well, and he did it. So 9 out of 10 for Ramsdale. Then let's go to Ben White because I didn't see Son for most of the game. I'm going to give Ben White an 8 out of 10. And fantastic performance once again. Let's all remember that he's played for us there the whole season. I'm now starting to see him as a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold, let's be honest. He made 8 clearances today. He made 1 tackle. He won 3 out of the 4 aerial duels that he had. 90% in terms of accurate passes, 71 touches of the ball. Fantastic player. Marked out Son from the game. Son had to change wings. 8 out of 10 for Ben White. Well, he's in my top 3 best Arsenal players. You might know that by now because I always talk about him. 8 out of 10 for Ben White. Fantastic player, man. Absolutely fantastic. The other fullback, Zinchenko. I mean, we kept a clean sheet. I think Ben White was better, but I'm going to give Zinchenko a 7. But it's not a 7. That 7 is not a bad rating today. 7 is so this is a 7 heading into 7.5. It's very good, but I can't really give him an 8 because I think there are like 3-4 better players, and Ben White is one of them. But Zinchenko gets a 7. He's given us experience in this team. The way he also dealt with Kulusevski. Kulusevski did have a couple of shots, so that I took that into account as well. He got subbed off, I think, for Tomiyasu, but he did his job as well. 3 out of 4 ground duels. He also had 4 aerial duels, like 4, like the ball was in the air 4 times with Zinchenko against an opponent, and he won the header on all 4 occasions. That is incredible. Zinchenko 4 out of 4. He only committed 1 foul as well. 88 touches of the ball, 87% in terms of accurate passes. What a player, man. He also made 2 clearances and 2 tackles. 7 out of 10. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but 7 out of 10, Zinchenko. You can give him an 8. I have no problem, but he was incredible as well today. Now, the centre-backs, they didn't really have a lot to do. We kind of allowed Kane a couple of shots, but the last 10 minutes when Tottenham are just putting in cross after cross after cross after cross, Gabriel and Saliba were incredible. Like, they were clearing every single cross that was coming into that box, and you love to see it, man. Man, we've been through a lot, guys. We've been through Mikhail Silvestre. We've been through Sebastian Sculacci. We've been through Senderos. We've been through Santos. We've been through Mustafi. We've been through Ignacio Miguel. We've been through Hector Bellerin in the last couple of years. I mean, we've had some really bad defenders, man. Even Socrates, I mean, terrible. Some really bad defenders. So having good defenders, I really do feel good that you have good defenders, finally. Not just good, like they can run. They have pace. Like, they can clear the ball from in the air. Like, they can make clearances. Like, they can create a relationship with each other. So good to see, man. We had Mertesacker was good. He was a good leader, but he could not run. Like Mertesacker could not run at all. Like, it's so good to have centre-backs who can actually run and physical, and they're not going to be bullied. We used to go to Chelsea, and Drogba used to bully the hell out of Kieran Gibbs. We used to go to Old Trafford, and Rooney would have the time of his life with an aging Kolo Touré. Kolo Touré was very good for Arsenal, but the last 1 year, we were very good. We were very, very good. We are very good right now. We were not very good back then. We are very good right now. It's so good to see defenders doing their job. And Gabriel, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for today. This guy, you can never bully him, and I love him for that. And remember, he had a very shaky start to the season. I know he got a yellow card today. He had a very shaky start to the season. He was making mistakes here and there. He gave away a couple of penalties. He even gave away the penalty when he played Tottenham last time. Was he the one, or was it Xhaka? One of them gave away a penalty, but I know Gabriel has given away a penalty this season. They were very shaky at the start of the season, Gabriel. But right now, I think he's gone like 10 solid games without making a mistake. You'll have to see it. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. So far, I've given him a 6, but I watched the game. I'm going to give him an 8. He made 6 clearances, 2 interceptions, 3 out of 6 ground duels won as well. He was fouled 3 times. He fouled 4 times, 74% in terms of accurate passes. He was good, especially the last 5 minutes. He made like 3 clearances in terms of headers. Good. Saliba. Saliba. I mean, he did the same. I mean, I've given them. I now feel kind of unfair that I've given Zinchenko a 7 because I'm also going to give Saliba an 8. But I've given White an 8. But I think White was slightly better than Gabriel and Saliba, maybe because he marked out Son from the game. But yeah, if he gives Zinchenko an 8, it's fine. But Saliba gets an 8 again, just the same as Gabriel. You cannot bully him. He cleared most of the goals, the long balls as well. Very good to see. He has the pace as well. There's a time Son was trying to run past him and Saliba did not allow it at all. 5 clearances. I started thinking about the time we had Holding there last season. The way Kane just did the job on Holding. Not this time round, man. Like, we cannot agree to be bullied. So Saliba 8. So defense recap: Ramsdale 9, Zinchenko 7, White 8, Gabriel 8, Saliba 8. Maybe you can give Zinchenko an 8 as well. I think we didn't concede a goal, man. We kept a clean sheet. So there's always an extra point for keeping a clean sheet. So 8 for the defenders and 9s. Midfield, Thomas Partey, I'm going to give you a 9. And that is very close to being a 10 out of 10. Very, very close to being a 10 out of 10 performance. Let's start with this handball. I am also going to give him a mark for this handball. He stopped the attack because Tottenham would have scored from that. Very good, very good. He actually knew how to do it, not to get the yellow card as well. What a guy. He dealt with the booze as well. You expect the Tottenham players to boo him. The pass to Saka, that Saka shot that Lloris scored for us, that pass from Partey, incredible. That shot was so well hit that I don't care if it went in or not. I think FPL need to give him 1 point for that because that shot was so good. I've even given him 1 point in that rating because of that shot. Incredible performance, like Højbjerg, that this midfield, like I knew this midfield. Like when I saw this Tottenham midfield, I was like, oh, these guys cannot deal with Partey in midfield. No chance. Højbjerg and Sarr, whoever Sarr is, like, there's no chance they would have dealt with Partey. Partey is too good. And I'm so happy. I know I'll touch wood and everything, but he's been fit for 3 consecutive months. You don't know how happy I am, man. Partey is actually able to play 10, 20 games in a row, 90 minutes. Yes, a touch wood. Hopefully he does not get injured. But the way he's been playing for us, especially these big games, you see that if Thomas Partey is not there, you're going to have a bit of trouble. But incredible player once again. If you're watching this from Ghana, thank you very much for Thomas Partey. We really appreciate it. Thomas Partey gets a 9 for today. That is how to perform in a North London derby. Fight. The fight is there. The passion is there. The quality is there. The technique is there. Everything is there. That's just solid in midfield. Pure solid in midfield. Absolutely fantastic. 9 for Partey. I'm going to give Xhaka 7 today. He wasn't really in the game in the first half, but in the second half I started to see him. In fact, let me check Xhaka's stats and Partey's. Xhaka, he had 1 key pass. He had 61 touches, 98% in terms of passing. That is very good for a midfielder. He basically lost the ball maybe twice alone. He was fouled twice. He made 1 clearance, 3 blocked shots, 2 interceptions, yes, I say he did not play that well in the first half, but even him, if you look at the stats, like he did what he had to do. Be solid in midfield and keep them out. He did what he had to do. So I'm going to give Xhaka 7, but I absolutely love something about him. These days, yes, there's the time I think he was arguing with Conte. These days, he does not get himself into silly situations. You know, have we picked up a red card this season? I don't think so. Discipline is also added into this team. There's a lot of positive things that have been added to this team, and discipline is one of them. Xhaka does not even pick up yellow cards in big games like this these days. Like, that is so good to see. That is absolutely incredible to see. And speaking of yellow cards, I also have to talk about Saliba and Saka. because if Saliba and Saka picked up a yellow card today, they would have been banned for the Man United game, and I do not want Saliba and Saka to miss the Man United game. So Saliba and Saka playing on a yellow card basically and not getting booked, very good to see as well. So Xhaka 7, and then we talk about our captain. Oh my goodness. I always hold my hands up and I say that time when you were trying to sign Odegaard and Maddison, I was like, no, Mikel Arteta. We need to get Maddison. Maddison is Premier League experienced. Odegaard was already here on loan. We did not see everything we needed to see. Let's get Maddison to Arsenal. No, I do not know football. Mikel Arteta definitely knows more football than all of us. Martin Odegaard right now, dare me to say it, is De Bruyne's legacy is in danger. Kevin De Bruyne's legacy is an absolute danger. How young is Odegaard to De Bruyne? Like, he's heading into that place. Like, if very soon Odegaard is going to be as good as De Bruyne. Like, De Bruyne maybe does have the pace to just push from side to side, from defense to striking right away and cross the ball. But Odegaard is getting to that, man. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the league right now. I think it's only De Bruyne who can match that. I know my United fans will tell you about Casemiro and everything, but even Thomas Partey was better than Casemiro today. I mean, we'll see next week. Odegaard, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. We always scream for Odegaard to shoot the ball. He shot the ball today 3 times and it went in. Martin Odegaard, what a shot. He knew that Hugo Lloris is about 60 years of age in the goal, and he knew if I take this shot, it's going to be a goal. And it went in. Martin, it's not only that, man. The way he just controls the midfield, he makes football look so easy. Martin Odegaard, there's a reason he was signed by Real Madrid at like 14 years old or 15 years old. There's a reason. Madrid don't just sign anyone. Real Madrid is a team that has had Beckham, Zidane, Ronaldo and Roberto Carlos. They don't just sign anyone. And they had Odegaard at like 15 years of age. I can see why now. This guy's the best player from Norway in the league. The best player from Norway in this league. What a player. Like, he sent Højbjerg back to Southampton, man. Look at Højbjerg struggling behind him. He has no idea. Look at where he's running. It's like he's dancing. Like, he cannot handle Odegaard. Poor Højbjerg, man. Sorry, man. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Højbjerg. Oh my goodness. Look at him. He's struggling against Martin Odegaard. Oh, poor guys. I usually feel sorry. Like, I feel scared for opponents having to face Saka and Odegaard and Martinelli. What a player, Odegaard. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I absolutely love him. What a player. What a player. And the captain is definitely doing his job as the captain. For sure, he's doing his job. Next up, let's go to the forward players. So midfield-wise, 9, 7, 8. That's an average of 24. That's an average of 8. That's an average of 8 out of 10 for the midfielders. Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard. That is good. Forward players. Saka was a bit quiet in the second half, but he did his thing in the first half. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I think the likes of Odegaard were better. So 7 out of 10 for Saka. I mean, first half again, Saka still got 2 assists. So I give him a 7, but he got 2 assists. So 7 heading to 7.5. But Saka, once again, that first half, incredible. He just does the job for us, man. Like, what a player. Like, you need to give him the contract. I cannot wait for them to sign a contract, because if Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard all sign a contract, if all these guys stay for another 5 to 10 years, this is not going to be the only league title we win. We are going to win many, many more. And you know that joke they usually make about Arsenal has never won the Champions League. That joke will not be there for too long. If these players play for Arsenal for the next 5, 10 years, fantastic players. So all of them. I absolutely love all of them. So 7 out of 10 for Saka. I'm going to give the same for Martinelli, but I think Saka was better than Martinelli today. But there's a time that the ball came to Martinelli and literally controlled it with his back. Like, absolutely disrespectful, man. Like, that is a North London derby. Martinelli, stop doing that, man. That is so disrespectful. Like, I think he should be arrested for that. That is so disrespectful, man. Like, every single game, I see Odegaard and Martinelli doing some really disrespectful things. Like, it was so easy for Martinelli that he literally turned his back and controlled the ball with his back in a North London derby, away from home, you know? Absolutely crazy. Like, we didn't even need Saka and Martinelli to be at the top of their game, because it was too easy, man. North London is red. It's too easy. We now own your stadium, Tottenham fans. We now own your stadium. Martinelli, 7 out of 10. Now Nketiah, fantastic performance, Nketiah. I know he got a couple of chances, but he got them on target. It wasn't really big chances, but he got them on target. But he was, apart from that, he was very good, man. The holding up of the ball, the way he was getting into challenges, he was not scared. Like, they were playing a back five with 3 centre-backs, and Nketiah was running all 3 of them ragged. Like Sessegnon had to go forward because he could not deal defensively with the likes of Nketiah. Fantastic. That is one of the best performances from Nketiah I've seen in the Arsenal shirt. If he keep on playing like that, we'll not be talking about. If imagine Nketiah scores, let's say Nketiah scores twice against Man United next week, and then he goes and scores against Everton and goes and puts in a very good performance against Man City. You never know. I mean, Gabriel Jesus will come back and he'll find Nketiah scored 11 goals and you sit on the bench. If a player does well, you don't just remove them from the team. So I want Nketiah to play so good that when Jesus comes back, Mikel Arteta would have to do this. He'd have to play both of them because you can't drop any. That is how good I want Nketiah to do. Like, keep on with the performances. I think since the World Cup, I think Nketiah has done well. Keep on doing that. No problem at all. Jesus will have to look for space, and that is what we need in the team. We need players to compete. And he did very well today. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Energy-wise, especially, incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Even to the 90th minute, until he was subbed off for who was he subbed off for? There's someone who came on for him. I think Fabio Vieira came on for Odegaard. At that time, I can't even lie to you. I was celebrating at that time. Smith Rowe came in for Nketiah in the 90th minute. At that time, I was not even looking at the screen. Like, I was just busy celebrating. So Nketiah, well done to you. If you play well, we will say you played well. If you play poorly, we'll say you play poorly. I'm not just going to say Xhaka did not play well because Arsenal fans usually don't like Xhaka or usually don't like Nketiah. No. This is as fair as it can get. If you play well, we say you played well. And today you played more than well. Shout out to you. I think he was given some award the other day about under 21's all-time top scorer. That golden boot he was given. I think that has given him more energy. Like, if Nketiah starts scoring goals and playing like this every single week, I actually feel sorry for the Premier League because you're going to be in a lot of trouble if Nketiah starts playing like this every day. The rest of the players weren't on for too long. We went to a back five later. Otieno was playing in midfield, so I'm just going to give him a 6. Also, Tomiyasu wasn't on for too long, so 5 out of 10. Vieira wasn't on for too long, 5 out of 10. It's good to see Smith Rowe back, so I'm going to give him 6 out of 10 because if Smith Rowe starts playing like he did last season as well, we might win that Europa League on top of the Premier League as well. And yes, I'm going to say that because I'm 100% confident these days, man. 100%. Like, these days, like, it feels a bit cocky, like we are being a bit arrogant. But I mean, you've been playing so well that these days I just look at the fixture list. I'm like, Tottenham, Man United, Man City. I'm like 9 points, 9 out of 9. Like, so good. Mikel Arteta, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. A lot of positives. I remember very well. I'll not forget arguing with Arsenal fans and feeling stupid. I once said we need to keep Arteta. He just won the FA Cup. We need to keep him. He knows the job. Pep Guardiola chose him for a reason. No, Glenn, what are you talking about? Antonio Conte is available. Like, these Arsenal fans, like, I'm unsubscribing. Like, why are you guys even following everything Arsenal? Like, this guy is so delusional. Like, how can you choose Arteta in front of Antonio Conte? Like, have you seen what Antonio Conte has done for every single club? Like, how would you choose Arteta in front of Antonio Conte? Like, these Arsenal fans are so disgusting. Oh, right now, I can tell you, I do not. Antonio Conte, these defensive tactics, hell no. Do you know how boring Tottenham is to watch? I do not want that manager at Arsenal. Never. Arteta today, he owned Antonio Conte tactically, spiritually, physically, everything. Even if they were to fight, Arteta would knock the guy out. Like, Mikel Arteta is Muhammad Ali, and this guy is someone else I don't know. Like, absolutely dominated the game entirely. Like, the starting lineup, we didn't even need subs until the 80th minute. This is the first time we've beaten Tottenham home and away since 2014. We've gone there. We've scored 2 early goals once again. We've kept a clean sheet. He was even, did you see today, Arsenal fans are not really surrounding the referee that much, and I was not really arguing that much because we know if we do that, you're going to get fined once again. So you had to stay chilled a bit. But fantastic one. I have nothing to complain about. I am really hoping most of you have started to see how good Arteta is. I have never ever said Arteta out, and I'm so happy that I've never said that. Never ever. He's very good. We still need them to buy players in the transfer market. I'm sure they will. But today, North London Derby, 9 out of 10 performance once again. Fantastic, man. And recently we've had some big, you know, we've lost one game this season. We've only lost one game this season. That is incredible. Usually by now, Arsenal has lost like 6 games. We've now, even I know the World Cup was there. Even if the World Cup was still played, let's say we'd have lost 4 games by now, not one. We've only lost one game, and that team that beat us, they were lucky to win that game. They know it. We'll make that correct when they come to the Emirates next week. 9 out of 10 for Arteta. Who was your man of the match? Let me know who your man of the match was. For me, it's going to be between Partey, Odegaard, and Ramsdale.